it's a knowledge forum we are trying to create out of the way with an initiative to really become a kind of a lighthouse and a beacon for the whole transport community and basically an ecosystem as a whole. We want to really take up the views, ideas, thoughts, concerns, and really come out with something which can be of good use for a long-term perspective as well as short-term perspective. Uh, Once again, thank you all for coming over here. I would request Mr. Nandkumar Khandare, Senior VP Product Development, Mahindra & Navista Automotives Limited, to declare this meet open.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Gopinath from Anantara Solutions, and I will just be introducing the speakers and the panelists for this evening. We're going to start with what is put on the sheet here as panel discussion number 3, which is on taxation issues, the impact of service tax and GST on transportation. We have Mr. Debashish Ghosh, who's the director of Deloitte, with us. He's going to be chairing the panel. He comes with over 25 years of experience in the field of indirect taxes. He's worked with companies across many industries and has a lot of papers that he's published at Deloitte on this area of indirect taxes. And I'm sure that his views will be appreciated by all of you. We also have Mr. Pawan Dagar from ITC. Pawan, he's also part of the indirect taxes team at ITC and will be talking from the perspective of the end user of transport services, how the taxation element impacts them. Joining them on the panel, we will have Mr. Raj Sumani of Inland Transport. Welcome, sir. Mr. Raja Roy, who's the General Secretary of the Calcutta Goods Transport Association, please. Mr. P.K. Mittal, who is the Chairman of Supersonic Carriers.
This year, actually, there has been quite a significant amendment in the sense that although the deposit of service tax rests with the recipient of service, one condition has been restored. If we have observed that this abatement of 75% is subject to the condition that the goods transport agency does not avail SENVAT credit of the duty paid on inputs, capital goods, and the service tax paid on input services. So, if we recall that this condition was there some years ago and then it was withdrawn. So, when this condition was there, since the recipient of service was to pay the tax, there was a clarification from the ministry that on each consignment note this declaration should be given. Otherwise, the abatement of 75% was sought to be denied in the hands of the recipient of service who were depositing the service tax.
In 2008, there had been a change in the definition of output service, wherein the goods transportation service was being taken out from the definition of output service. Now, if I link what is the relevance of this output service, now any person who's providing a service can take credit of the input or that input services, provided he is providing a taxable output service. Since that output service, goods transport agency services was being excluded, so even if the transporters would have wanted, they couldn't have taken the credit. Now, when I see the position which changes from 1st of July, apart from GTA, there had been certain other services which has been brought into the purview of output services. And the definition itself of output service has changed. And the way they have changed it, to some extent in my view, they have given some kind of a benefit to the transportation sector. Like previously, the transportation services was completely outside the purview of output service. But now when I see, it states that only the services where the service recipient is liable to pay 100% tax would be outside the scope of output service. That means, apart from the services which the transportation sector gives to certain specified person, the other parties to whom the transportation sector, that is the goods transportation agency, is giving the services, the service tax needs to be paid by the transporter. So here there is a scope wherein the credit can be availed.
Now, you know, this with the advent of GST, it is, as you all know, that it is a consumption tax. So the tax owners will now fall more on the service provider. So that is one important effect which it will have on the logistics industry. And since, basically all these taxes will be amalgamated into one, there are certain advantages which will come. As Mr. Dugar rightly pointed out, that, first is efficiency of warehousing. Now, what do we envisage warehousing? These days, we even today, our concept of the warehouse is for a manufacturing company, is to have warehouses or godowns. I have not used the word warehouse really, godowns in respective states. Maybe 25, 35 godowns all over the country. Under the new dispensation, you will have warehouses in 4 or 5 major, what we call hubs, from where you distribute it. And this concept of having a warehouse in Daman or Pondicherry, where the taxes are less, will also go. So the manufacturer can have a warehouse at his convenience. For example, he feels, say Mahindra Navistar, they feel that their offtake is very good in the eastern zone. So they can have 2 warehouses or maybe 3 hubs here in the eastern region catering to their customers. So this is a major change. And by warehouses, I mean real good, efficient warehouses, like the ones that we see which are in foreign countries.
As we are given benefit of not collecting taxes from various customers, here we would be collecting the customers' taxes. And our outflow for that particular thing would increase drastically. At present also we are paying very high amounts on a regular basis for our vehicles and everything. And secondly, we will be paying now on the service taxes on the regular basis, whatever we are collecting or not. Because I'm not sure how that will work. Are we supposed to pay after the collection or after we provide the service and we immediately pay the service tax or GST in the future? How would it work? That is one point where we should look into in the future thing. Because we work on a very thin margin here. All the transport industry will accept that the margins are very high due to the high competitions. And with this kind of a cash flow out, there would be certain thinking where I think this will really go that most of the sectors where we are unorganized, we are called unorganized sectors, will lead to growth of organized sectors and consolidations here. And there would be a little entry barrier for that particular thing. That's one thinking I have. The next other plus point I have is that there would be definitely increase in automation, infrastructure development because of this GST implementation. You'd require big warehouses with automations and nice facilities. And as Mr. Dugar said, that we would have to do a lot of other services other than just transportation. So we'll have to go into 3PL logistics kind of a scenario. The customer would be asking, you do this for us, you do that for us, and then only you'll get the whole thing up. So 3PL would be definitely taking a lot of part of us. And outsourcing of major transportation jobs would be transferred to the transportation industries.
OPL is a nice platform. We should have more interactive section and with eminent speakers. First the speaker should tell us about the subject and then we can interact. That is a better way of doing it and gaining some knowledge about the subject.
And sir, what is your suggestion about the OPL, how we can take it ahead in future level?
Mahindra is doing good. It's a good way of meeting people, knowing a subject and knowing people around also.
Sir, thank you very much for coming.
आज हम यहाँ ITC में आप लोगों ने इनवाइट किया आए, आपका ये प्लेटफॉर्म बहुत अच्छा लगा. हम सब चाहते हैं फ्यूचर में भी इस टाइप के प्रोग्राम्स हों और वो भी हम लोगों को बहुत अच्छे लगे.
This is the first time I'm attending such a this out performers league. and I can tell you that the experience has been wonderful. And I wish very all the best for this particular initiative which Mahindra Navistar has taken, and I really think that it will go miles and miles to bring together all the components of the transport industry.
ये एक क्या होता है कि इससे एक कॉन्क्रीट अटेम्प्ट होता है, कई तरह के लोग आते हैं एंड दे क्रिएट opinion, a better understanding. So I must say कि it's a very good platform to share our views, to echo our problems, all these things. So I appreciate this type of initiatives. You should involve more government officials, port officials, government officials, I mean to say officials related with road transport ministry, RTO, so that we can put our grievances to them.